Alright, gents, what's up? Welcome back to the show. It's your boy Lex Money. The market is still pretty choppy today, guys. 109k, we got up to 111k yesterday. ETH is still at 3.9k, and I'm going to take you through where I expect Bitcoin to be going and ETH to be going at the end of the video. So make sure you do stay to the end, guys. But I wanted to start with this and say just in over 250 million in crypto long positions have been liquidated in the past 24 hours. And this just goes to show that even after the biggest crypto liquidation event of all time, people still can't get enough of it, right? People are still trying to front run the market. They're trying to leverage their positions. We already know that spot positions is the best way to go in the market when it is choppy like this in these tough times, right? And remember, we could have a lot more chop, right? We're having the FOMC meeting coming up later this month, well, in about a week or so. So the market makers can play some whale games. They can chop, right? I'm seeing people post that whale, add into his short. That's going to be another narrative to explain volatility in the market. Just be careful, guys. Saw this today. Wanted to bring it to you. You guys can let me know what you think. Now, I'm not in the camp of thinking we're going to go like 200k or anything, but diminishing golden curves, you can see here, cycle top 2025 or late 2025 would bring us to around 160 to 170k. I actually did post yesterday on Twitter saying I think 160k is probably how I would see the absolute blow off top, right? I think 135k would be a good level if you are a Bitcoiner and you've been holding on to be taking profits from Bitcoin, right? Anywhere between 125 and 135k. But again here, if we go by this, then you can see here every single cycle we have gone one band or a couple bands down, right? If we do go one more band down on this diminishing golden curve, it's going to bring us to around 160, 170, even 180k if we go into the end of 2025, early 2026. Now, another thing, I mean, I don't know who follows Ted Pillows and then this idiot underneath, but I hate to say it, gold is the play. Okay, everyone is now aping into gold. You guys already know, you've probably seen it all over crypto Twitter and YouTube. I'm not going to bore you with it, but every single time gold has a rally, Bitcoin pulls back. Every single time gold has a consolidation or a pullback, Bitcoin gets that relief. We literally saw that yesterday, guys. And now you're getting people push this narrative of gold is the play. It's time to top blast gold. But before you do top blast gold, guys, I want to say there's going to be people like myself, many others who have been buying gold 2k, sub 2k. There's going to be some of you guys who got it like 1500 to 2k, right? And you're going to be looking to take profits. But here's a narrative to explain the top. Now, Chinese geologists discover a super giant gold deposit worth 83 billion, okay? Now, 83 billion, what is 83 billion to a 30 trillion asset? It's nothing. However, I wouldn't be surprised to see more of these narratives come out going into the top of gold, right? There's, mass fear that comes along with all these people who just queued up to buy this precious metal, and then they just mine billions, maybe potentially hundreds of billions to trillions more gold deposits in the future, guys. You're going to see more of these things come out at the top, so be careful with that. Is this the final shakeout for altcoins? Most alts are oversold. Now, I want to say, last time we were here, okay, I don't put too much weight into the altcoin index as much as other people do, because when we're up here in altcoin season, I mean, barely any move, maybe one or two moved, maybe a few meme coins moved. Okay, so just because the alt season is down doesn't mean, necessarily we're never going to get a pump again. Same way, just because we're in the top here for alt season doesn't mean that everything has been pumping. You guys have seen that this cycle, guys. And just before we do get into the charts, now, James Wynn posted yesterday or a few days ago his trend line, and he was drawing crazy trend lines on here. I just said, what, does nobody use the log anymore, right? The log takes into account a lot of different price action compared to the linear chart. And he seems to think the more times you hit a support line, the weaker it gets. Everyone kind of flamed him in the comment section. But when we do go and check out TradingView, I mean, it's very easy to just keep it simple. So far, we haven't broken down yet, and everybody is prematurely trying to call for a top or a bear market at trendline support. You guys already know that I'm not changing my stance. I'm not pivoting until we do start to lose trendline support. I know there's going to be a lot of people who are using bullish divergences or bearish divergences in the larger time frame. And yeah, that is definitely something we need to pay attention to, considering on the weekly time frame and monthly, you can see here we've got a clear bearish divergence. Okay, doesn't mean we can't get above it, while we are still going higher for the price of Bitcoin. But on the smaller time frames, we could still get some pushes higher. Okay, so yes, this is why I do think we're coming very close to the end of a cycle, and I don't think we're going to be going like super cycle into Q1 or Q2 like a lot of people are doing. But it doesn't mean we can't get another push higher, guys. And when you do come to Ethereum, I mean, I've put both lines on here, so I've put both supports. We've got the linear and then we've got the log. I think we're in the log now, right? And then you've got the regular. So when it comes to the regular, it does look like for Ethereum we could come down a little bit lower and try and test these order blocks. What you're going to see now is we've got a massive sell order block at 4.1k, right? This is a massive resistance. So we shouldn't expect the price of Ethereum to start to pump past 4k yet, okay? There's a lot of work to be done, probably the big narrative, a big catalyst, and a lot of buys coming in, right? Maybe if we get some altcoin ETFs, that could help push the narrative of, Ethereum going up, being the altcoin leader. But if we do come down on the linear chart to retest, then it's about a 6 to 7% dump. 3.5k could be a little bit lower if like we dumped in the immediate short term, right? Could be about an 8%, 3.58k for Ethereum. So that's something that I'm paying attention to, guys. And then on the others, so all of our altcoins excluding the top 10, again, right at the median of these order blocks is where you'd expect massive sell pressure, guys. So there may be some sell pressure continuing over the coming days. Bear that in mind. If you're in spot, I mean, what I do with my spot bags right now, I just hold on, okay? Still at a larger trend line support. If we go to the log chart, you can see that there, right? We could come down a little bit lower, 225 billion-ish for our altcoins. Point of today's video, we haven't lost any key structure. We could go slightly lower in the coming days, so do prepare for that. My plan is to do absolutely nothing. I'm not over trading. If gold does want to top and it does want to have a pullback, then that's probably going to be bullish for not only Bitcoin, but for some of our large caps as well. If somewhere around here, 4.5k-ish could be the top, then you'd expect Bitcoin to follow that move. And if Bitcoin does have a 90-day lag, guys, then we're pretty close to a breakout and then this last final pump, guys. So you guys let me know how you do feel about the market. Let me know what your plan is. How do you see the market is the top in? Let me know in the comments. And if you made it this far, you know what to do. Like the video and subscribe. And I'm going to see you in the next one. Peace.